Hello and welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. Today's video going to be a preview of the Celtic Dundee United game tonight, Wednesday evening, 19:45, 7:45 p.m. kickoff. Game between Celtic and Dundee United. Celtic look to consolidate their 13-point lead at the top of the Scottish Premiership in a rather busy period with another two games in the next 6 days. First against Ross County and then against Dundee next Tuesday. Today's video, we're going to have a wee look at the stats. We look at predicted lineup and score for tonight's match against Dundee United, and also a wee roundup of the news and contracts and ins and outs of Celtic at the close of business on Tuesday evening. After the weekend's bounce back 3-0 win over St Mirren, Celtic extended their lead to 13 points. And certainly in tonight's game against Dundee United, Celtic will be looking to at least maintain that 13-point lead and potentially extend it, dependent on what our big rivals do in their own game on Wednesday evening. We, of course, played Dundee United just 17 days ago on the 22nd of December, a 0-0 draw at Tannadice on an incredibly wet, windy day in Dundee. Celtic tried very hard to break down a very resolute, well-organised Dundee United side, but failed to get any proper shots on goal, wasted a few good chances, particularly a couple for Kyogo and Dyson Maida, and it was a wee bit of a subpar performance. Celtic kind of losing a lot of their best ideas and trying desperately to break through Dundee United centrally rather than trying to get round the back, and in the end, slightly frustrating 0-0 draw that day. Now, looking at the likely lineup for tonight's match against Dundee United, my prediction would be Kasper Schmeichel in goals, back four, Alice Johnson right back, the two centre backs Carter Vickers and Trusty keeping their places from the weekend. I think Alex Farley is going to come in at the left back. I think Greg Taylor's mind is elsewhere at the moment, with there being a lot of speculation regarding his new contract, whether he's going to go to Zagreb sooner or later, and the incoming of Kieran Tierney. And from Brendan Rodgers' press conference on Tuesday, it also became apparent that Taylor had suffered a nose injury in the game against St Mirren at the weekend as well. In the midfield, I think Celtic's going to go for Callum McGregor as usual. Arnie Engels, who had a particularly good game against St Mirren, as one of the two midfielders, and I think Rio Hatate will be brought back in. Other option, I think, in this case would be Paolo Bernardo. Don't think Luke McCown did nearly enough to keep his position in the side. Unlike Dyson Maida and Nicholas Kuhn, who both had great games against St Mirren, and I think they're going to start out wide on the right and the left. Again, through the middle, I think we're going to revert back to Kyogo. At the moment, Rodgers seems to be alternating Kyogo and Ida as starters. And I think Kyogo is in probably better form than Ida. He did score a couple of goals against St Johnstone just before the Rangers match. And although Ida did look quite good against St Mirren at the weekend, he didn't score any goals. And so I think we're going to be going back to Kyogo up front. Now, the game against Dundee United, 7:45 kickoff later today. Game will be live on Celtic TV for those outside of UK and Ireland, and is available as a $5.99 pay-per-view game via the Celtic website for those who do live in UK and Ireland. And apparently that's a cut price deal because of the problems with coverage and blackouts, etc., for the St Mirren match. Looking at the stats for Celtic against Dundee United, Celtic have a very, very good record against Dundee United. In the last 20, Celtic have won 15, drawn 5, and lost none. Last time Celtic lost to Dundee United was in December 2014. Looking at Celtic against Dundee United at Celtic Park, the record is even more remarkable. Celtic last lost to Dundee United at Celtic Park in December 1992, so we're talking over 32 years since Celtic lost to Dundee United at Celtic Park. In that 48 games period at Celtic Park, Celtic have 36 wins, 12 draws, and no defeats against Dundee United in those 48 games over 32 years. And looking at all games between Celtic and Dundee United throughout history, which is 96 games, Celtic have 71 wins, 20 draws, and only 5 defeats in nearly 100 games against Dundee United all time. The other remarkable stat Celtic have is they have a 22 in a row win record for Wednesday night league matches. And the last time Celtic didn't win a Wednesday night league match was way back in May 2018. That was a draw back then. And so Celtic are going for remarkable 23 in a row for Wednesday league matches, 1 in a row. Finally, my prediction for tonight's match. I think Celtic will win nice and comfortably. I'm going to go for 2-0. I think Dundee United, much like the game at Tannadice on the 22nd of December, will be quite difficult to break down. I think Celtic will try and keep calm, try and carefully find the gaps. Hopefully they can play that wee bit quicker to get the ball forward. Fully accept that. At times you need to go backwards to go forwards or go sideways to go forwards. Just think whatever Celtic do, they need to do that wee bit quicker, giving Dundee United less chance to reorganise and get the defence back together. 2-0 victory for Celtic predicted. We'll be delighted to see what your own thoughts are regarding the likely lineup and the predicted score, so do pop that into the comment section. Looking through all the news stories of transfers, ins and outs and contracts as of close of business on Tuesday evening, Stephen Welsh appears to have passed the medical to complete his loan at Mechelen in Belgium, although that's not actually been signed yet. Similarly, the transfer to take Alessandro Bernabe to Internacional in Brazil for something like 4 or 5 million. That's still in the pipeline, but not yet confirmed. Nothing regarding Kieran Tierney being confirmed. The Jota deal appears to have disappeared. And there are contrasting stories about whether Celtic do or don't want to get rid of Luis Palma in this transfer window. And no confirmed stories of any players coming into Celtic otherwise. I'll do my best over the next few days just to keep up to date with any transfer ins and outs and any confirmed deals for Welsh, Palma, Taylor, etc., and pop those into a video. We'll plan to do some form of post-match reaction video for tonight's game between Celtic and Dundee United, most likely on Thursday morning. And so until then, Goodbye, good luck, Celtic, in tonight's match, and hail, hail.